Hello, my name is Shannon Thompson and I'm the Inclusion Programs Coordinator at the Andy Warhol Museum. Today we're going to talk about Warhol's practice of appropriating and manipulating news imagery, which became a signature part of his work starting in the early 60s. Then I'll show you how you can make a similar project using tools you already have at home. Warhol began his Death and Disaster series of paintings in 1962. As he started exploring the medium of silkscreen printing, his ability to photographically reproduce found imagery from newspapers increased. In Tunafish Disaster, he rearranges the photos and captions found in the original newspaper article. However, with 16 Jackies, Warhol has manipulated the source images and cropped them so tightly on Jackie Kennedy that you wouldn't necessarily know that they were appropriated from mass media coverage. And in the electric chair paintings, you can see that Warhol experiments with different color choices with the same picture, creating a different viewing experience with each repetition of the image. For this project, you'll need a base piece of paper, something a little bit thicker than normal printer paper ideally. You'll need scissors, glue, and an X-Acto knife if you have one. And I'm also using today's newspaper, as well as a sheet of green construction paper. And then gather any other art supplies that you want to work into your collage. This can be anything that you want, crayons, stickers, highlighters. I'm going to use this old stack of magazines for other pictures to cut up. Start by finding an image in the newspaper that you want to appropriate. Decide what you will crop out and what you will keep in as you move the image to a new context. If you have an X-Acto knife, it will be easier to cut out some of the finer details. If not, you can just use a pair of scissors. Then gather any other elements that you might want in your collage. Personally, I like to look for colorful backgrounds or patterns from advertisements and appropriate them. Putting pieces of advertisements side by side with images from the news blurs the line between business and mass media, something Warhol was very fond of. If you don't have a strong idea of what you want in your collage, you should just flip through your old magazines and try different things out. I'm cutting up the pattern that I appropriated from the advertisement and ripping up the piece of green construction paper, and I'm going to layer the strips next to each other to create a colorful background for Ruth Bader Ginsburg to go over. For each piece, you want to get a thin layer of full coverage with your glue stick to make sure it's going to stay down without creating any bumps. And once I've assembled my background, I like to go around it with a pink highlighter to make it pop a little bit more. And the final element for my collage is the Ruth Bader Ginsburg that I cut out of the newspaper. So this is one example of what an appropriated, manipulated news collage looks like. Yours may not look anything like this. It just depends on how you want to do it. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy this project.